Hello and welcome, fellow film fans, and yes, for a change, anime enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the world of Attack on Titan. We'll explore its captivating art style, delve into the storyline, with spoilers, and highlight some of its flaws. If you're interested, I'm also going to pay my personal little tribute to the series by doing a vocal cover of The Rumbling by Sim. But before we do that, where better to start than to talk about the creator of this epic tale, Isayama Hajime. The mastermind behind Attack on Titan, Isayama, has left what I would consider an indelible mark on the world of anime and manga. Isayama started the journey into Attack on Titan with a 65-page one-shot version in 2006. He drew inspiration for the look of the Titans themselves from figures like martial artist Yusin Ikami for Eren Yeager's Titan form, and in fact he used Brock Lesnar for the inspiration for the Armoured Titans look. The wall itself comes from the apparent nature of Japanese culture, in his opinion, that is, its enclosed nature. Isayama's masterful storytelling is of a dystopian world where humanity battles for survival against towering giants known as Titans. As an artist, his work has been praised for its detailed illustrations, showcasing a post-apocalyptic landscape teeming with absolute beauty, but also complete horror. On a BBC News interview, Isayama says he grew up on a farm as a child and remembers thinking all living creatures must get nutrition from other living creatures to survive. Although it might be deemed cruel, it is in fact the norm. I see how he placed that concept into the show. He also said about trying to become a manga artist that he was knocked back many times and didn't think he would ever become a big artist. Wow. He managed to get interest from one publisher only, Kodansha. He seems to convey that he had so many knockbacks that when he was putting things together for his editor, his self-esteem was so low that when his editor said he'd actually done a really good job, he liked what he'd done, Isayama wondered what was wrong with the guy. Isayama said he struggled at school, he wasn't very academic, and never thought he would get a decent job. Now, he strikes a real big chord with me at this point of the interview, as we've always got this concept here at Last Time Studios that there is such a thing as the universal field of information, in that its conceptuality could be tapped into. Yes, of course, it's a conceptualised thing, but it's very interesting. So he says that when he was in his tiny room writing, he had a dream with no limits and felt like he was actually connected to the universe, bypassing the normal world. He also built the story with quite universal concepts that relate to pretty much everyone. For instance, they're in the walls and outside the walls are monsters and a forced societal type hierarchy. It really is a concept and place that most of us are very familiar with in one way or another, or in some cases, a little too familiar. So, the storyline. Let's dive into the storyline a little bit. But be warned, brace yourself for a few mid-level spoilers. Considering the work spans 10 years, the anime that is, you really should take an experience of the journey yourself if you haven't already, but I try my best to outline it briefly without too many spoilers. Attack on Titan plunges us into a world where humanity resides within these colossal walls and humans shield themselves from Titans, which are monstrous beings with an insatiable hunger for humans. Our protagonist, Eren Yeager, vows to eradicate the Titans after they breach Wall Maria, which is one of the three walls. As the story unfolds, we witness political intrigue, moral dilemmas, and jaw-dropping revelations. We discover, spoiler, that Eren himself can transform into a Titan, and that the walls protecting humanity are not quite as they seem. The narrative takes us through a web of conspiracies, leading to the revelation that humans inside the walls are Eldians, the Eldian race that is, with the power to transform into Titans. This revelation shakes the very core of the story and it blurs the line between heroes and villains. As the story progresses, we see there are several main Titans which are passed on from generation to generation, and they don't just reside within the walls. It's great to see the story doesn't just follow Eren as well, our protagonist, and it strays from him for quite a considerable period of time to progress the storyline, which in my opinion is a very wise move. The story's fraught with complexities and double crosses, and some of the Survey Corps, which Eren joins, have infiltrators. For me personally, Reiner is one of the most interesting and complex characters, and his reveal is mind-blowing. Isayama himself has said that that's his favourite part of the entire story. I'll say no more. Shiganshina, which is the place in which Eren resides, is surrounded by 3 gigantic circular walls, and these walls protect from the titans which roam outside. But there's a lot more to the story than this. You see, the residents have been there for hundreds of years. It does actually say in the storyline specifically how many years, but I can't remember. And although there are whispers of things not being as they actually seem, it's only in the later seasons as the story progresses we find there's a much bigger picture and much more complex world than just surviving these attacks. Interestingly, you really do get quite a few hints through the storyline that even the walls themselves are not as they seem. That's called the rumbling, but I feel like it's going too far to tell you anymore. There's also a founding titan who's mostly unseen but spoken of at length through the series. There's a key in that the founding titan possesses great knowledge and incomprehensible power, but the one holding that power has been absent for very good reason. In the final season, although we're rooting for Eren at the start, we really are, we witness a devastating conflict, ultimately culminating in Eren doing something that even shocks his closest and dearest friends, and all of the audience. Now, I've given you a few spoilers here, but I think it's far too cruel to just blow the whole thing wide open. But hopefully it's just enough to give you a good taster if you haven't watched it yet, or maybe if you've just watched a little bit of it, that'll get you on to watch the whole damn thing. It really does get better each season. No great work is without its flaws, and Attack on Titan is absolutely no exception to that. Some fans have expressed concerns about pacing issues and character development in the later seasons. Additionally, the series has faced criticism for its complexity, which can be daunting for new viewers. Personally, I found answers to long-standing mysteries to be addressed really a little bit too fast, which led me on quite a few occasions to have to go back and revisit a few of the episodes to catch up on the crucial details which I'd missed. On that note, I'd personally recommend that you don't watch the dubbed version. What I'd recommend you do is watch the Japanese release with English subtitles. You'll get a much better feeling of the emotions going on through the course of the show. Additionally, the artwork of the manga has been criticised by some reviewers as crude, with Isayama himself admitting that some of the drawings feel a bit amateurish. Perhaps he's influenced in saying that type of thing because of the many rejections he had earlier on, particularly with regards to the art style. For one, I've got some issues with the general consensus on that point, and I feel the viewpoint's a little bit overkill. Things can't always be great all of the time, and sometimes there really has to be a little low to appreciate the high. Let me know what you think on that. Finally, the noteworthy Jason Thompson feels the characters conveniently receive power-ups to create plot twists. Looking past these criticisms, the series, it's undeniably had a profound impact on the world of anime and manga, captivating audiences with its rich world building and at times moral ambiguity. Attack on Titan will take you to another worldly, incredible journey. From its captivating art style to its intricate storyline, it's left an indelible mark on the world of anime. Thank you for joining us on the journey through the walls, the titans, and the enduring legacy that is Attack on Titan. If you want to know where to watch Attack on Titan, I'd suggest the best platform is Crunchyroll. See you next time.